Now I wanted to show you how to use rice paper with edible images. These images have been printed off an edible printer with edible inks. Now you can get proper icing sheets to print onto and use, but I find sometimes that you just need little bits like this, and if you're not doing a whole sheet it can actually be quite costly. So just to use a little bit of rice paper or sugar paper, then I find it's a bit more economical. Now with the sugar paper you'll find one side has a slight rough texture and one side is really nice and smooth. Now you need to print onto the smooth side. So once you've got your pictures, you need to cut round them, and then we need to get some sugar paste to put them onto, and then it's what we stick to the cake or whatever you're making. So I find that the lighter the colour the better, will show the inks off on the paper. So usually I use white, occasionally I use gold. For something like that which is a gold medal, that will look quite nice as gold, and also you'll see the gold around the edges of the paste, which will look quite nice as well. So I've got sugar paste, my edible images. You'll need some foam, some sponge foams. Now the foams need to be big enough to cover the whole of an image. Okay, so you can't have any of the image overlapping, so something like that would be no good. Rolling pin, brush with water, and some icing sugar. Now I'm going to put some icing sugar down and roll out the sugar paste. Now I need this quite thin, although it's actually totally up to you. Depending on what you're doing, you could use this quite thickly, but for now we'll just do it really quite thin. Okay, so that's quite thin now. It's not stuck to the bench or anything. And we need to put some water onto the paste. And we need to cover it. It's quite a bit of water. We don't need to put that much on there that the whole thing is sodden, but it does need to be a nice layer there, because if it's not, the paper won't stick to it. Now you get the edible image, you pop it onto the sugar paste, just nice and gently pop it on, try not to touch it too much, and then with the foam we're going to cover the whole thing and press. Now because it's evenly being pressed, it will stick to the sugar paste and it won't stretch the image, it won't blur your ink, it keeps everything nice and where it should be. There. So now all you need to do is cut that out. I'll show you again. Roll your paste out nice and thinly. Quickly check if you've got a larger image like this, check that it's going to be a large enough piece. Put water on. Place the picture on. Now this is good for when you're doing picture frames on a cake. Place the foam over and press. There, it's stuck there again. Again, with the last one. Thinly. Bit of water. Put the medal on and press with the foam. Okay, so to cut that out you can either use a palette knife or a round cutter would look nice. That would keep a nice round circle on that one. So if you're using a palette knife, just go around your picture. Cutting it out. And that's ready for going onto your cake. So when you want to come to put it on your cake, you just do like you normally would with a normal piece of sugar paste. Wet your cake down so it's nice and sticky. Pick up your picture and pop it into place. And there it is. One sugar paper or rice paper picture popped onto a cake. So again, for the round one, we'll pop a round cutter over it. Pop the middle out. And you can just pop your middle on there, and that looks nice and round. And then with the last one, with the craft knife, just go around the sugar paste where you cut it out, following the edges of the paper. I mean, even if you wanted to with this sort of pattern, you could get even closer with it if you wanted to. But this is just roughly, just wanted to show you. So there's your picture ready on its paste, and again just pop it onto the cake. All done.